Bella a tutti ragazzi e ben trovati su canale Heroes Ninja. Siamo tornati su Avowed, siamo alla fine di Avowed. A quanto pare siamo all'accampamento e ben 3 persone vogliono parlare. Pensavo di aver parlato a tutti, invece no.
All this time I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone, and in a way they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sabadal's. That's what I keep asking myself. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No Animancer can live up to that. Certainly not. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong. I suppose I have been all this time. I just never... One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful. Perhaps, as long as no one gets... I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more. But that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want. But there are too many variables to consider. What do you think? I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it. I knew they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with it. I've only got one lifetime as Giata Castel. So I'd better make... You and I do not always see eye to eye. But just this once, thank you.
If anyone's gonna lead the way...
Oh, Envoy. Have you recovered yet from our chat in the light? I don't think I have yet, but maybe talking it out will help. I think I just need to say some things out loud, if that's all right. It's just... We already have a god and an empire, both vying for our attention, and now I have this legacy forced on me. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third option appears like the world's worst surprise. But it makes sense. My whole life has been... It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn to the ruins. Maybe it's not an answer I would have expected, but it's an answer. Well, honestly, I feel more... full. No matter what happens, even if my path doesn't lead to the library, I feel better than I have in ages. That is an option. I think... For the first time in my...
Congratulations, Yardsley. Now you're just like the rest of them.
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the... What do you think? You're right. The Akira have been with me my whole life. I owe it to them and myself to see it through to the end. Thank you, Envoy. Finally picking a destination makes the journey. Oh. But I am not looking forward to telling...
He'll understand. Your happiness and fulfillment...
Well, come on. We've bigger things to deal with. Much as I'm loath to relinquish the spot. And Envoy...
Mi manca soltanto di parlare... Ah no, anche lui, porca, tutti
When you
quanti.
find Sabadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and, besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. Though, maybe don't mention that to Sapadal when you meet them. No one likes being told they don't have it that bad. And from what you've shared, Sapadal doesn't exactly seem even-keeled. Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of... I shouldn't. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. Why wouldn't the same be true of a god? I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong. You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. And I don't envy you having to deal with the loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have when we escape this place. While we're tracking down your god, things are heating up between your Adiran comrades and the locals. Yeah, you've got bigger things on your mind right now. If and when we get out of here, then you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. I don't. And for what it's worth, I wouldn't blame you for choosing that. Finding kin and country folk is a hard thing to ask of anyone. It's part of why I came out here. I lost my stomach for Rauatai's campaign in the Deadfire, but I wasn't going to turn insurgent against my own people. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this. Anytime. What's on your mind? I barely plan further than the next meal, and you're asking me? I don't know, Envoy. I just try to take each day and each battle, and you can see where that's... But I think it's possible to be too prepared. Except my advice, and I'd wager, try to get some rest.
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people. It was, right. But it was easier than I thought it would be. Thanks to you. I will say, it's not really what I expected when I started tracking you and Kai back in Paradise. No, I was thinking more in terms of hunting for wild game and peeing on Kai to put the fires out. It's been a bit of a ride, Envoy. I feel like it's coming to an end. I don't know. Maybe the unexpected isn't so bad after all. I never expected you and I would become... quick note. If you tell any of the others I said that, I'll poison... Anyway.
Posso andarmene? Facciamo una cosa. Fintanto che siamo qua. Ah, posso migliorare. Oddio. Posso rendere leggendario. Però basta. Pezzo di acciaio vivente. Pezzo di ferro vivente. Perché non posso... Posso, infatti. Abbiamo reso l'arma primaria leggendaria. Mi aumenta di 12 il danno e basta. È al massimo. Potenziato al massimo. Cosa mi manca? Pezzo di acciaio vivente. E riusciamo a fare anche la seconda arma al 100%. Mentre invece colpo di luna più 20 di danno. Ramo di vetro legno. E possiamo rendere finale il nostro archibugio, potenziato al massimo. Ci manca il body. Dov'è il body? Fungo velenoso strazia sangue. Possiamo rendere il body di livello leggendario più 1. Possiamo rendere il body di livello leggendario più 2. E quasi più 3. Pelle di dragone mi serve. 46. A posto. Il body è al massimo. Non credo mi interessi fare altro. Abbiamo al massimo tutte quante le nostre armi.
Was it you?
Probably. What did I do this time?
Were you the one who left this trinket on my bedroll?
A posto, possiamo riposare e uscire da qui. Dai cazzo, giochiamo per favore. Cioè, per favore te lo chiedo, gioco. Salva sdazzo, desdo. Dove dobbiamo andare? Cosa dobbiamo fare? Trova Sapadal. Odio questa forma caduta e perduta. Io questi qua non li sto leggendo. Quindi li leggiamo col prossimo gameplay. Che posto è questo?
Is this where your god friend sleeps? I assume we'll have to break this barrier somehow.
Safe to assume that the large glowing door is part of Sapadal's prison? Now, we'll just have to get past it.
Cosa sto guardando? È un puzzle? No, forse no.
I'm not used to quiet.
That was fun.
Qualcosa mi ha curato, non so cosa. Un artiglio di orso. Che ci fa un orso morto alla fine del gioco? Altre trappole. Ah, se io volessi mangiare del food. Ho salvato il gioco, salviamo il gioco, questo qua è forte. Se io volessi boostare più 20 salute massima. Braccio mozzato, oggetto missione, rubino. Come mai un oggetto missione? Il braccio mozzato di un antico guerriero mero. L'arto ricorda i meccanismi inanimati che era solito costruire. Mi si sente, vero? C'è l'audio, sì. Forse mi servirà come meccanismo. Questa è una porta, no? Wait, questo è un altro posto. Sono confuso, io arrivo da qua? Sono tornato fuori, perché? What? What? Wait, what? Wait, what? Ah, questa è acqua. No, il cazzo è acqua. Addirittura Marius mi dice bel lavoro perché sono mo. Ma sei scemo. Non sapevo fosse acqua che facesse male, cazzo. Affanculo. Che stronzata però, dai.
You're on your right.
Let's take things. Watch this. No doubt here.
Ma cerchiamo di capire cosa cazzo dobbiamo fare, perché io non ho ben capito qua. Ma qua siamo già in un'area nuova, o sbaglio? Eh sì.
Don't think that. Seems like we've drawn a crowd. You asked for it. Enjoy the pain.
Hold it. That could fit. Got a shot. Take a moment, people.
Take a moment, people. Allora tu mi dici di andare sia di là che di qua? Perché mi continui a dire di andare qua?
Looks like the gate's open. Well, what are we waiting for?
Looks like the gate is open.
This is the place.
I think we found Sabotage.
Gotcha. Not looking good. Quit moving. Hold on. Watch this. Give me a moment.
Porca madonna. Ho visto arrivare l'attacco. Due di loro sono parecchio impegnativi. Questa è una vera boss fight, altro che...
Looks like the gate's open. Well, what are we waiting for?
Non capisco bene perché le macchine stiano combattendo gli scheletri. Però va bene. Allora,
I think we've found something.
Ho sbagliato.
On the right here. This will hurt.
Everybody all right?
Abbiamo fatto uno sfaccielo di danni, ragazzi. Porca troia. Abbiamo addirittura una stinfilificchia da stinfilificchiare del fetti interi. A questo punto sblocchiamo questo. Giri creando un vortice pericoloso, diventando inarrestabile e colpendo tutti i nemici vicini con le armi da mischia attualmente equipaggi stinfilificchi. Figo. Quanto richiede? Dov'è? Che fine ha fatto? Qua. Braccio meccanico. A me sdisda. Me la marcia. Zampa di ragno. Braccio meccanico. Guardate come corro velocemente grazie all'acqua dolce che abbiamo bevuto. Bene, possiamo salvare. Ah, io non ho guardato in giro.
then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted souls. Now, you are here. The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, but the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this. But you are here now. You found us. There is little time. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood. Her woes defile the city on the shore.
Cosa vuol dire aspetta, sta facendo qualcosa a Paradise?
The prey flees. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. A spark. Wait. The essence bends. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there. You will not. Center your thoughts. The path will bend you. We were everything. What have we lost? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow. We trust you. You met death, and you sought vengeance. We thought that was what you taught us. That compassion changes everything.
Può cambiare ogni cosa.
Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. Do you think we have learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to... Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? The beautiful thing you killed. We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said? More than anything, that is what treat us as you would the bear. Clean out. Grant us. The time has come. End our pain and the dreams. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted. Center. Clear the fog. We were so blind. So lost. We feel bright. We will grow. Tend. Flower. We will remember you when you are.
Ok. Posso... Furia di Sapadal, abilità deiforme, abilità attiva. Scatena il potere di Sapadal sollevando in aria tutti i nemici vicini, sbattendoli a terra, infliggendo danni elevati. Cazzo, quante abilità che ho da gestire. Tante, troppe. Sembra che possiamo curare la piaga liberando Sapadal. Spero sia così, perché sennò sarebbe una bella fregatura. Dove stiamo andando? Perché non ci ha detto niente, non ci ha detto dove saremmo andati. A Paradise? Non credo. Abbiamo parlato di cioè c'era la possibilità di parlare di Paradise, come se stesse succedendo qualcosa.
Are we back in Dawnshore?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far. What happened to the living land started long ago, and we're going to finish it.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Avevo ragione, siamo andati a
Looks like the
Paradise.
war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
Hey, at least you didn't let 6 years go by.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assume...
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't...
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an archmage in...
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion.
The Blessed
Yeah,
Wardens
yeah.
are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
Always better than the reverse.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
Oliva Sapadal dalla sua prigione, la piaga dei sogni è finita.
I'm not sure. That's...
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about... Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the living land...
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Kid and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it...
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let...
Questa è ladra strangolata? Voi andate senza di me? Sansa?
Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're doing? What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere? I took my notes and bolted when they came through Hightown. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Ballarok.
Balla.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento... God, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help. You always were a
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Ballot.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for... I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a discount.
Adraban. Per il dragone, minchia, ne ha 10? Porca troia. Sono appena fatto 7k. Ma io dovrei vendere le cose che non uso in teoria. Ho speso 13k, per che cosa? Basta. Ho speso un botto di soldi. Ma dove siamo noi esattamente? Ah, siamo tornati qua e la mappa non è da, è da esplorare di nuovo. Che cosa mi manderà ai matti?
Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be weird.
A familiar...
Snow and shadows.
We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always...
Oh, yes, oh,
Paradise burns. Thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But...
she must have come back to life. Again. I suppose we couldn't be...
it's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions. Perhaps a new god being set loose on the world is... Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice. Ah, that mortal zeal. Always so fun. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire. Mortal comforts are so very adorable. All you desire are your base needs lavishly fulfilled. Goodbye. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work...
Oh, yes. Well,
Ne parleremo più tardi.
My research awaits.
Parla con i leader delle terre viventi.
Giata! Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
It's good to see a familiar face.
My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of... When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So, I gathered the flock. Likewise, I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote... Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did, my revenants are docile again. No more rude displays of aggression. I couldn't be more proud. Indeed. The metaphysical... Best of luck out there.
Thank you, Elia.
Va
My
bene,
compliments to the flock, as always.
andiamo direttamente là.
Is that you? Envoy, how did you... Where did you come from? You
Chi
just
cazzo
appeared out of
sei?
nowhere. Once word about Paradis reached us. But listen to me rambling. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. I just... As much as you can. Be good to the living lands. Yes, but I'd just like for us to live lives that are free. For us. Not Adi. It's going to be up to you, Envoy. I know you have much to do, so... I'll...
Cazzo di dialoghi sono?
Cannot afford to hesitate.
A proposito, io ho un'abilità nuova.
Good. All together now.
Perché non mi chiede abilità dei forme? Non mi chiede del mana. Costo 30 essenza, 100 essenza, tempo di recupero 60 secondi, scatena il potere di Sapadar, sollevando i tuoi... L'avevo già letto, va bene. Facciamo una cosa, cambiamo un attimo le cose. Facciamo una cosa, cambiamo un attimo le cose. Ok, a posto. Riposare non ci interessa. Andiamo a parlare ai leader di merda. Che si fottessero sti idioti.
Things moved fast while we were in the garden.
Ciao cretini di merda.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden.
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nokotorek? It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak. It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Degli empi e delle terre dei viventi.
Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But
Giada and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time and the right application of...
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the Godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Naku Tedek was raven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
Let's hope they don't decide to further amend themselves by...
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand toe-to-toe against a god.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
BRB, mi stanno suonando alla porta, ragazzi, arrivo. Ok, ci siamo. La mia vicina aveva bisogno di uno spremiagrumi.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottom.
But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking, just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it, judging by how
Ludwig's run through the militia like a...
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. So long as her passion for Wodka lives, so too...
Anche il suo spirito.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think...
Oh, good.
It is not, I think, Impossible? Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
We've had no news from inside. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the gates to no avail.
Is there nothing our people...
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge, and the Steel Garrote's destruction, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in a matter of days.
Thirdborn still suffers from the dreams. Though you may have ended the plague, Envoy, many in Shatterscarp still are not themselves. I could bring no more than a handful when we heard.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
Well, that's been a point of debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote, nor who should lead the effort.
There are too few of us to risk an uncoordinated effort.
So you let the Paradis militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it inside, the siege won't end until Ludwig does. And none of you know how to... Precisely. The lawful settlement of a new Adirian colony, or the establishment of a Wodican state.
Fottuta Wodica.
She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement. I don't think peace is her concern. Remember, she has an obligation to Wodica, a solemn oath, and neither the Steel Garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwig in the tusk?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence. Why are you treating him with kid gloves when Paradis cries out for help?
Enough. I've heard your concerns. We cannot change it now.
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwig's vision for the Living Lands.
One people, no, people? Vabbè, pensi che le terre viventi troveranno la pace sotto il dominio di Adir?
Oh, I can't wait to see how you...
I know it will. We are leading by example, returning order and dignity to Paradis in the wake of the Clavages. We will do the same to the frontier, given the chance.
Where was order and dignity when you burned Fior Messivernal?
My administration had nothing to do with that. As I know, Adirian rule and rule by the Steel Garrote would be markedly different beasts.
Spoken like a fucking diplomat. Splitting hairs when it all comes from the same head.
Order and dignity. That's what you think we're missing? Bastards! All of you!
You will take it all, whether the chance is given to you or not.
What passes between Ludwig and her men, or between Ludwig and the Emperor, for that matter, is not my affair. But if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Your empire is doing what it does best. Stamping out dissent until surrender is the...
Your republics are hardly any different. Their intentions in the Deadfire were certainly not...
As you say, we left the republics for a reason.
Ludwig agrees. Our success would model the order and dignity of the Steel Garrote, for whatever that's worth.
Oh,
Are we all supposed to spout patriotic Sokka now, or just these two?
When I think dignity, I think of the people who attacked Fior Messiverno unprovoked.
The Inquisitor answers only to Wodik. In attacking Paradise, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires.
I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer my... Ludwig has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response.
Lui chi? Messaggio all'imperatore.
What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room?
Cos'è un Grefram? Che cazzo è un Grefram? Il Grefram è un sistema di governo ai Dir grazie al quale l'impero controlla i territori tramite vassalli. Con una supervisione minima il vassallo riceve sostegno militare e un aiuto a mantenere l'ordine, mentre l'impero riceve tasse, risorse e sfinteri.
Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed. Well, don't leave me in suspense.
Sarebbe meglio se le terre viventi diventassero una colonia ufficiale di Aidir.
I believe you'll find the...
Solus will have no part in this, now or ever.
Thirdborn refuses to be involved. I'll eat my gun before I let you through our door.
Fior will be free and practice animancy, so long as I'm on this side of the wheel.
Cosa c'entra la ruota?
Right. More clueless adherents flocking here to get themselves killed taming the living lands.
Wonderful. I'm sure everyone will adore working under the yoke of...
It is decided. I will tell the Emperor's men that Paradise will become a colony of Ad. That leaves the matter of Ludwig and the Steel Garrote. Not even the establishment of a colony would satisfy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradise, and eventually the island.
Dai, Dio cane.
Whatever happens to the living lands, at least I can kill Ludwig.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradise militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Now go in...
Show them that the living lands will not...
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the... May all the god...
Let's take back the city. Whatever happens tomorrow.
So we're going after the Steel Garrote now.
Let's go free a city.
Oh, un po' di azione. Posso avere un po' di azione in questo gioco? Cioè, suppongo che adesso dobbiamo andare a fare il culo ai Steel Garotta. Che cazzo ha missato? Eccellente bacchetta. Ma che sogno. Quindi questa è Paradise? Questo è dentro Paradise. Però qua ci deve essere l'entrata. Wow, li ho fatti sparire. What the fuck?
right. I'm with you.
We got company. Enjoy.
Stay.
On the left.
Oh, scusate. Merda, avevo lasciato... Cioè, non ho fatto vedere niente di questo? Non ci credo. Per tutto il tempo ho tenuto l'immagine di Atreus. Ah, che sfiga, no. Pessimo, abbiamo perso tutto quanto. C'era la cosa e nessuno mi ha detto niente. Vabbè, amen, è capitato. Ragazzi, grazie mille per aver visto questo video in differita. Grazie mille per aver lasciato i like sotto ai video di YouTube. E noi ci vediamo presto con un prossimo episodio, ragazzi. Grazie mille, take care, see you next time. Ad Avowed, Fate interi, ma soprattutto Steam Filificchi. Ciao.